so today for this mask collab, I'm gonna start off by priming my eyelid using my LA Girl Pro Primer Stick and Nude, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out with my synthetic blending brush from Sedona Lace. This is from their Vortex set. Then I'm gonna go in with this matte blush, by the way, and use my large fluffy blending brush from Sigma and blend this out into my transition area. I'm not gonna go in with a smaller blending brush. This one is from Makeup Addiction. Then I'm applying Octoberfest, which is a hot pot from Coastal Scents, into my crease area and also blending it into that orange shade, which is a beautiful bright orange shade, you guys. I'm gonna go back in with my larger blending brush and blend that out. And now with this pigment from Makeup Addiction, I think it's called Silver Lights, I could be mistaken, but I'm going to apply this to my lid using a Makeup Addiction shadow brush and just pat that onto my lid. Then I'm gonna go in with my crease blender brush, tapered blender brush from Sigma, and this shade called Blackberry. It's also from Coastal Scents, and apply this to my outer V and also blend it into my crease area just to darken it up and give it that smoky effect. Then I'm gonna go back in with my blending brush and blend that out. And then now it's time for the glitter. I'm using Motive's Moon Dust glitter, and I'm using my e.l.f. glitter glue to apply it. Now for liner, I'm using my favorite liquid liner from NYC Color, and this is a drugstore liner. They're only $2.99 a bottle or a tube, and I'm creating quite a dramatic wing. You do not have to do a dramatic wing if you know you have a different eye shape or you're not comfortable, so you can do a straight line or do a smoky liner look. Okay, once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go in with some mascara, and this is the Super Sizer mascara from CoverGirl. And I'm just gonna apply some of this to the top part of my lashes. Then I'm gonna go ahead and prime underneath my lower lashes and smudge that out using my fingers. Then I'm gonna go back in with my shadow brush, which I cleaned off, and apply that same orange blush underneath my lower lashes and smoke it up. Now I'm gonna go in with Octoberfest, and this one is more of a detailer crease brush, also from Makeup Addiction, and I'm gonna apply Octoberfest under my lower lashes, then go in with Blackberry with this straight liner brush and apply this right under my lashes just to give it a more of a transitioned look instead of a one note look. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and line my waterline using my gel liner from LA Girl. This one is in Very Black. And then highlight my tear duct area using this shadow called Flesh Tone from Coastal Scents. For lashes, I'm using the Flirty Fiona lashes from Lovable Lashes. They're mink lashes, and I stacked them with some drugstore lashes just to give them a bit more fullness, and I applied them using some Motive's glue. And then I'm gonna go in and add some mascara to my lower lashes and, you know, add 2 or 3 coats till they're full, and that is it for the eye look. Alright you guys, now going in with my L'Oreal Infallible foundation in the shade Cocoa. I'm going to use the straight angle contour or the straight contour brush from Makeup Addiction and apply my contour shade, which will redefine my face, put the shapes back in there and the shadows that are naturally in my face, and just blend it out. This will also help warm up my face and, you know, give it more of a natural look. The bristles on this brush are actually very, very soft and flexible. I was really surprised because sometimes I get these brushes and they're really stiff and you can't really blend with them, but this one you can really blend with it. Okay, you can create a defined line and still blend it out just a bit, just to give it more of a natural look. I'm gonna go ahead and finish contouring up around my forehead area. And I applied my foundation off camera, by the way, you guys. I used the L'Oreal Infallible in the shade Classic Tan. Now I'm just going to contour my nose with whatever product is left on the brush. And then I'm just going to kind of brush it to the sides just to kind of blend it out so it's not one straight line on my nose area. Okay, and when you apply foundation to your face, especially on your nose, it takes away the shape of your nose. Sometimes it looks like there's no nose there. All right, so that's why the contour. For concealer, I am going to be using my MAC Pro Longwear in NC45 and NC42, I think it is. I'm not that familiar with these numbers, but it's one's light and one's like a brown color. It's more of my complexion. That's why I mix them to get the right highlighting shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out using a wet Real Techniques beauty sponge or miracle sponge, whatever they call it. This is one that actually acts right. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out, and then I'm gonna go back in with that straight contour brush and just blend out the edges of the concealer to give it more of a smooth look. Okay, I'm also gonna do the same between the nose contour and the concealer and blend it out with the brush again. Now for the nose bridge or bridge part of my nose, I'm just going to add just a bit of concealer there just to bring some light to that area. And whatever's left on the brush, just lightly highlight my forehead, blend out my chin, which I have a little blemish there. That's why it looks like I have like a dimple in my chin, but it's not a dimple, it's a blemish. And I don't want to go scraping it to make it worse. Now for setting, I'm going to use my Ben 9 Neutral Set Powder and this large fluffy blending brush from Japonesque, which I found in TJ Maxx, and it was like $5.99, so it was a great price. I love this brush, especially for setting under the eyes. I'm gonna go back in with some more flesh tone from Coastal Scents and reapply, and I'm gonna go back in with that orange eyeshadow, which is from La Femme, by the way, and smoke out my lower lashes. I'll list all the products that I use down below in the description box. Gonna go back in with my straight liner brush, reapply some of that blackberry, and also apply some more mascara just to make sure my bottom lashes have some life. Then I'm gonna go in with my Press Pro matte powder from L'Oreal in the shade Cocoa and deepen up my contour. This powder is so great for contouring for my face. It's like probably one of the best contouring powders I've had in a while. Even though it's a foundation, it works, okay? Whatever's left on the brush, I just use to finish off my nose area. And then for lips, I'm using this long-lasting liquid lipstick from Ofra. I'm not really sure how I feel about the texture of the lipstick, but it's in the shade Venice. It's a beautiful orange shade. I'm gonna go back in with that orange blush because we gotta keep the orange theme going, okay? I wanted to make this look a little different, you know, so orange theme. Now for highlight, I'm using my Makeup Addiction Light Reflecting Powder. This one is basically a powdered highlight in the shade Orgasmic. Beautiful color. I'm gonna apply some of that to my cheekbone, to my cupid's bow area, and also to my bridge part of my nose. This will just help, you know, get the light to reflect on those parts of my face. But this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Make sure to check out all the ladies that are featured in this tutorial and subscribe to them. Make sure you subscribe to me. Hit the notification button, don't forget. And I'll see you all very soon. I love you guys. Bye. And don't forget to enter my 200,000 subscriber giveaway. It ends next week.